Hey guys, how you doing? Today is December 20. Um, some of my readers asked me to talk about RIGETTI computing. Um, Probably it's because then just in the last 1 to 2 weeks, because of quantum computing is very popular and very hit, right? We know that because the Willow, the quantum computing chip, successfully developed it by Google. So those related stock just rise up, right, for about 7 times of the stock price. Not don't ask me what is quantum computing, right? This is quite professional on that area, right? I just know that because one of my friend is doing software, right? He's doing the programming for nearly 20 years, right? And he once we have dinner, and he told me that the software base of Adobe is very complicated. He said that it seems even not possible for another company to do the same or even close to her, because that programming for so many years is very, very complicated. Not as we see that, oh, you buy it online and then you can use the mouse, right? You can use the mouse, or you can use the drawing pen on the tablet, right? It seems very easy. It seems very easy, but if you spend the time to do the programming, then you will know that yes, you can do it. But if do it as well as Adobe is very difficult. It's very, very difficult, right? You can do a similar program, but never, in no way, close to Adobe, right? So I just know that quantum computing is very, very fast, right? But don't ask me what it is, right? I don't know, right? So actually then we look at some very limited information we can find on the internet on widgeting computer, right? To me then it's still not the time to invest, but maybe in the near future it will, right? Because then it's not the point that there is the quantum computing, yes or no. It's how you can integrate in very low cost to the life of all the people, right? Like the AI now, a lot of people can use the AI already, right? You can just pay maybe $20, then you can use the basic version, right? Or we can also use the free version if the work you want to do by the AI is not complicated. So then the main point is then even Google can develop successfully for that, but she need to make this one integrated into the daily work of everyone, and with reasonable price, right? If the price is very high, then it's no use. Then maybe few thousand US dollar per month, then it's no use, right? How many people can pay that, right? So let's take a look on the limited information that we can find on the internet, right? And our Falcon portfolio been 122% because Christmas is coming. I think a lot of unit trust or fund manager already in vacation already, right? So for any of you have any comment, then you can leave your comment under YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is our cover, right? Seems quite advanced. I just took it from the internet. I don't know what it is, right? Just the this picture seems very advanced and very cool, very advanced, something like that, right? I don't know because just I read the news this morning, and they said that the Dow Jones one's been up for 400 points. Is it? All right, I don't know. All right, but after the close of the market, it just up 15 points. And Nasdaq been adjusted a little bit, just dropped 19 points, right? Doesn't matter. Our Falcon 350,000 portfolio is close to the end of the year, right? And this year, then we got 16% return. I hope we can maintain this, right? This is okay to me because our target is just about 13 to 14 percent increment per year is okay, right? So that's okay to me. We go for some headlines first, right? And in Japan, right? In December, the core inflation rate is 2.4%, right? And rised from October 2.3%. I think that's okay, right? That's okay, not high. And then the core inflation rate is 2.7%. I think that's okay, right? That's okay. Talking about Micron, right? And Micron's a little bit disappointed this year, right? The point is that Micron's income it depends on the memory and the storage, right? We know that, right? For the data centers, no problem. The data center revenue jumped up by 400%, right? But for the memory, we know that now all use HBM, right? Right, HBM, high bandwidth memory. I don't know the structure of Micron. I don't have their stock, right? If they are still doing a lot on the old one, right, that means DRAM, but not the HBM, then there may be a problem. We can see that, right? The stock price dropped a lot, but I'm not focusing on the stock price dropped. A lot of stock, the stock price dropped, right? And the only point is then, are they making the memory is still the old one, or they changed it to the new one already, right? And then if not the data center, then their performance will be even bad, even worse than now, right? So I don't know, and that may be one of the reasons that the guidance is quite disappointing, right? So the stock price dropped a lot, right? Dropped a lot yesterday, right? So, right? This made me laugh, right? Because then we know that in Russia, now the inflation is very high, and Putin said it's because the economy is overheating, right? That making me laugh. The thing is that if the economy is going to crash, right? A lot of sensation from the Western company, and then the currency is dropping, right? For something that you have to input, but your currency is dropping, then of course the thing is very expensive, and then you will call it an inflation, right? And the point is that not the import stuff is very expensive. If your currency is dropping, then why she need to lower the Russian currencies? Because no one want to hold it, right? No one want to hold it. You have to increase the interest rate, and then at the same time, then the value drops. So that makes all the stuff is so expensive. It's nothing to do with the economy is overheat, right? I just learned, right? Amazon workers still doing the strike. Oh my God, right? And they will doing the strike during the holiday, right? That means the Christmas, right? In some of the big facilities in New York, Georgia, and California, right? The coldest strike is when on Thursday. That means yesterday. All right. So I hope then they can settle it very quickly. The last one then for why FDA announced 80 liters weight loss drug Zipang is no shortage, because some of the clinic is using something is unbranded, right, for the customer. Unbranded. We know that for Zipang is for diabetes and weight control or weight loss, right? But FDA said that it will provide a 60 to 90 days transition. That means in that you can use the unbranded, or if you can buy the Zipang, better use the Zipang, right? But if after 90 days, sorry, then you have to use the Zipang, right? You cannot use the unbranded anymore, right? So I think that's good, right? So we talk about RIGETTI computing, right? Actually, this company established on 2013. That means 11 years from now, right? 11 years from now, not young, not old, right? And it just go public in 2020, right? Just 4 years, something like that, right? We can see that the stock price goes up and down with a very big fluctuation. No PE ratio, no dividend. And in past one year, the lowest stock market price is 66 cents, right? But the highest one is 12, right? 12. That means more than 20 times. And it suddenly bounced up a lot, right? Suddenly bounced up a lot. Why? It's because then of just we said about Google said the Willow quantum computing chips is successful. So all about quantum computing stock flows up, right? That's the history. And you can see that in the past year, the stock price rised by 6 times, right? See that? Before the rise up, just $1, and then become 12, and then quickly dropped it to 7. This regarding the revenue growth percentage is self-explanatory. You can see that just within this 2 years, and then the revenue growth is so fluctuating. You can see that suddenly grow up 56%, suddenly dropped at 44%, something like that. No pattern, right? No pattern means that actually the business of RIGETTI is selling the quantum computing system, right, to the customers, right? So there are not a lot of old customers then, right? You sell one computer system and do the maintenance, and then you find another customer, but it's not sustainable. So maybe next quarter you find 2 customers, or maybe you find 0 customer, right? So the result we can see is then so fluctuating. Sometimes when suddenly you find a customer want to buy 2 systems from you, okay, then you revenue growth by 56%, right? But if then you have no customer, then you suddenly drop, right? And then, or maybe 1 customer, then I finished it 2 years, then I won't extend it. Then the revenue becomes negative, the growth. That's what it is. It just quite quickly listed in just this, you can see that October, November, December, in this 1 month, all the quantum computing related stock, you can see that one in the blue line is the quantum computing, rised quite a lot, and the second one is the purple line. That means it's the RIGETTI, right? Rised more than 7.6%, 7.6 times. But if we take a look on the revenue, sorry about that, right? 2.3 million, very small one, very small revenue, right? 2.3 billion compared with 1 year before 3.1 billion US dollar. But the cost of revenue quickly rised about nearly 40%, right? It's still burning the money. And then the loss, then you can see that the loss is less, right? The loss is 14.8 million US dollar. And 1 year before the loss is 22, but we cannot judge by that, right? Or maybe 1 year later, then the loss suddenly become 30 million. We don't know, right? I think that is a lot of estimations, right? The quantum computing market size from now to 6 years later is 45 billion to 131 billion. The range is very big, right? This is few times. And then they think that estimate by 2040, the potential quantum technology market is 173 billion US dollar with 367 startups in the ecosystem, right? So I think just wild guess only, right? Wild guess. Too early to say that. We take a quick look on the quarterly report just 1 month before, right? 1 month before. But then it's very simple, right? I have to take out some information from the internet. Like before we said, the revenue dropped it, and then the loss, right, improved it, but we can use that, right? Because maybe next year then she lost again for more than 22 million US dollar. We don't know, right? Quite unexpected, right? And the financial condition is very good, right? Maybe because a lot of money is raised when she go for the IPO, right? You can see that the total current asset is 103 million US dollar, but the total liability only 34 million US dollar. Is a net cash company, right? And then you can see there's a lot of cash, right? A lot of cash, a lot of available for sales investment that make up more than half of the total asset, right? Account receivable, something like that. I think it's because the IPO, right? Cash flow from operating activity then is worse than before, right? Then that is cannot generate net cash, right? It's just a negative, right? Negative 42 million US dollar compared with 1 year before negative 38 million US dollar, right? So in short, then there is the earnings per share is a negative, right? No PE, no dividend, no yield, something like that, right? So it's hard to convince myself to buy this stock, right? We don't know, right? If buy, then I will buy Google, right? Instead of that, I know that for small size stock, then it's very easy for it to jump few times, right? But the point is that you can stay tuned, right? For invest a big amount on those companies. I don't think so, right? A lot of people can invest more than $1 million US dollar or 10 million US dollar in Google, in Apple, right? Or in Microsoft, Nvidia, something like that, right? But I don't think that a lot of people will invest more than maybe $1 million on RIGETTI, right? I don't think so, right? Not only on the figure is then quantum computing may be just gimmick, right? I know that Google is working on it, right? But those stock rising may be just a gimmick, right? Because there is no integrated usage, from Google or normal people, right? It's just that then we have this quantum computing, then it's very fast, then we can work out something, right? But no integration, then maybe just a gimmick, I don't know. But for the information for RIGETTI like this, then it's hard for me to invest any money on the stock, right? That's my comment. Then I think that if you still want to test your luck, then control your amount, right? A lot of people then they want to test the luck, right? Maybe they are thinking I invest few thousand US dollar and that maybe then I will have 10 times, right? It doesn't matter, but just control your amount is okay, right? Okay, thanks guys for watching, and then please like, comment and share, and then I wish everyone, right, have a very happy Christmas, right? Silent Night and Christmas, because that is 25, that means next Wednesday is the holiday of the US, right? Federal holiday of US, then no market, right? And then 26 should have the market, right? Right. So it's not next Friday, in next Wednesday or next Tuesday. So here I hope everyone have a very peaceful Silent Night and then Christmas holiday, right? See you guys. Bye bye.